Good evening, everybody.
Here.
Your arch villain,
Yes.
Nick here.
With the mint
yes.
monkey.
With a mint monkey. Will has decided
He
likes
likes
polos. Well, I will say, keeps his breath fresh. Funny little hooligan that he is. Anyhow, hope you're all well. What there, Derek?
Hi,
How you
Dirty
doing there out in the
Faces.
States? Bushcraft
Hi,
Sussex?
Dee.
Ooh, Jess, hiya. Hope you're good.
Chris Bushcraft Sussex and yes.
Yes.
I've gone weird.
Just filled my 12-gallon gas tank for $45. Was yoo-hoo! Yeah, there you go, mate. And that's
It's good you're not dribbling. It's just that
that's the essential thing, isn't it? If we can get prices down wherever we are, and I'm not going to get into the whole politics thing, but mate, they're getting your prices down. Hopefully, they can sustain it.
the polos are too hard.
Absolutely brilliant.
So I have to pre-suck them for him. All right, I'm doing it. All right.
12-gallon gas tank, $45.
Hi, Max.
Just to give you a comparison, to fill my Range Rover from empty is about £135 English pounds, and at the moment we are £1.45 a gallon for diesel.
We're 137, but we have seen it 145.
Yeah, and on the motorways it's a little bit higher.
Really?
So you know, you're looking at £1.40 a litre for diesel. A little bit less for petrol, and if my school maths is correct, and I remember it's roughly just under 5 litres to a gallon. I think it's 4.7 litres or something like that. Maybe wrong. Correct me if I am. Hi Benny, how you doing, brother? Hope you're good. Yeah, right. So I'd like to get this out here tonight. Benny has a second channel, which is Benny's Paranormal Channel. Go over there, show him some love, guys. You know, he's everybody likes to cover different subjects. It's one of Benny's hobbies. He's got a great deal of interest in some of his videos. That sounds a bit condescending, doesn't it? Yeah. His videos are brilliant. Now, excuse me, I'm not going to be talking too much.
Hiking the hills.
Quite as much as I normally would tonight, because as you can tell from the sound, some bastard on the train was obviously carrying disease. And I've ended up coming home. I have a stinking cold. My throat's sore. I'm coughing. I'm phlegmy on the chest. I'm all bunged up, and I'm feeling like proverbial poo.
You dropped it. Down there.
Which we'll get on to all that in a minute, because that's going to lead us to an interesting subject, and we're not actually at 2000 hours yet.
No,
so really, I've got to leave my.
We got a bit previous.
Got to leave my subjects till gone, eh? And I hope you're all good where you are.
It has been warmer today. It makes a change.
Oh, yeah, mate. It is a bit warmer today, wasn't it? It's a little bit warmer, but it's a little bit scary. Warm weather in the UK brings fear.
Yeah, Benny, as your Graham is part Shih Tzu, polos, mate. Look.
Polos,
yeah.
Do anything for polos. He's standing with his little leg on my knee, and it is painful. Out with Max, mate. I
haven't actually been onto the emails today, Max, but I will be checking them later because Mick has been looking after his mum.
I've been away,
so I've been really busy. Just me and Mister.
Yeah. Nice 70 dark blue sky storm here.
Sussex, they're on about rain from tomorrow because there's a whopping great big thunderstorm coming up from Spain.
Yeah, we got some thunderstorms away, and again. It's that time of year, isn't it? And you might be unlucky enough to get a thunderstorm over you. But this time of year, thunderstorms can be really localised, just covering a couple of miles, but super intense.
I'm doing it.
And the reference I always make to people there when we talk about that is the Boscastle disaster. You know, anybody that's not come across that, Boscastle, it happened back in the early thousands. Localised thunderstorm, dropped 2 inches of rain on the moors. That came down in literally one small valley. That ended up coming down one river and flooding a town.
Too much.
And lucky enough, because the period time, lots of video footage, lots of photography, captured the whole thing. So it's a learning curve. You've got to watch these things. We tend to sort of get into the summer and get a bit
Well,
relaxed.
they still got some of the cars from the car park that are washed out to sea. They're still out there, aren't they?
Yeah, this time of year we tend to get a little bit relaxed. Go, oh, the weather's fine, and the rest of it we drop our guard.
Hi, Lee.
But in actual fact, the winter we tend to be safer because our guard is up. It's going to be cold, it's going to be wet, it's going to be miserable. We're prepared for it, and all the rest of it. We tend to think a little bit more about it. But you look outside, what a lovely day. I don't need to take a pack with me today. I don't need an emergency kit. I don't need any backup, and off we go. And
so,
it all goes wrong.
Max has got a few army mess kits he's bringing to the shop, bringing to the camp if anyone wants one.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, cheers, Max.
Yeah.
Jess, it's been hot there for about 10 days. Yeah, you've had it really good up there. Really good up there. Ticks are out in force. That's another thing to watch for. Bushcraft, Sussex. Spent age water in the allotment. It's just started lashing down. Yeah, beware the slugs. Oh, yeah. The ones you want, mate, you want to start going out after this rain tonight. Get out around your garden. Look for the ones with the little spots on. They're called a leopard slug. Look them up online.
Yeah.
You want to be walking around your local area. Find all them you can. Drop them in your garden. They eat.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Lee.
Yeah. And they will track them down and hunt them down. And
if you've got a spotty slug, keep them because they won't touch your plants at all.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Lee. How you doing, mate?
He's not meant to come. Hi, Ken.
Hey, mate.
Universal Credit screwed him up.
Yeah,
no, there'll be others.
Right. That's all right, mate. There's going to be plenty of others.
Hi,
the main thing I'd like to say there is stay safe. Stay safe. Look after yourself. You know, it's
you stop spitting them out.
It's the way it goes.
You're a pain now.
And Universal Credit screwing everybody over at the moment. A real nightmare. Hence, I'm bailing out the system. Mickey is officially, come August, bailing out the system. He's going
I don't know if you saw his video that he did out on the Isle of Wight. All those ransoms in that wood. Oh, yeah. My goodness, I've not seen like that for a long, long time.
And if I knew I was going to catch this cold, I'd have been harvesting a bag full to bring back with me. Yeah, just what it takes one. The train journey home wasn't too bad, but it was packed because there had been a couple of delays and cancellations. And so obviously somebody on that train was diseased.
Well, someone's been
infected me, Willow.
Because I've had a little bit of a sore throat, but not.
Yeah. Or it might have even been before I went home to Mum's that I picked it up. Well, hopefully not, because I don't want to have given something like that to my mum. Just for those of you that know, my mum's IOP went well. She's running around the island at the moment looking like a pirate. Absolutely brilliant. Love you, Mum. Hope you're feeling, well, I know she's feeling a lot better.
Oh, you got some small antlers. Fantastic.
Take something to hold my mum down, I'll tell you. She is. So she's bounced back. Jess, Cairngorms fluctuations.
Yeah, we saw it. There was some snow there the other day, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Cairngorms.
Yeah, Cairngorms. It's like a lot of places, isn't it? It's completely its own microclimate. That's again the other thing, isn't it? We go from place to place in the UK. You could, excuse me. You can go over one range of hills and hit a completely different microclimate. I used to live in a place called Guildford, and that is surrounded by the South and North Downs. It's literally a big bowl, and we used to have completely our own weather system within that. We used to get thunderstorms that would rattle around for days. They would bounce off the hills and not be able to clear the hills. It's Mother's Day there in the US. Right, well then let me say this.
It's also in Czech Republic, because Tessie was telling me last night.
Right, so if you're in the Czech Republic or in the US, happy Mother's Day. To all your mothers out there, thank you. Yeah, you're wonderful people who should be patted on the back, and your sons and daughters are requested by me to go out and get you a treat right now, this minute. Go on, off you go. Go on, get out.
That's probably why it's quite confusing for our youngest son, because he lives in the Czech Republic. That he goes, "I'm really sorry, Mum. I didn't know it was Mother's Day because, of course, living He's been over there 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah.
So of course he's got himself more
He loses track.
acclimatized to Czechia. So yeah.
So Dee's mum.
Yeah, Dee's mum, happy Mother's Day, rather.
Yeah,
sorry.
happy Mother's Day to you. If I was over there now, I'd be taking you for a Mother's Day slap up, brekkie.
In the Range Rover with aircon seats.
With the aircon. I'd have you sat in the back with the window half down, raving like a royal.
You can have your son on the TV in the back.
Yeah. No, I'd have Mr. D, right?
Yeah.
Walking alongside the vehicle in a black suit, dark glasses, and the rest of it, with his hand on the wing, like doing the whole. Yeah. Yeah, and to
Storm
anybody out
fishing
there,
in Guildford, yeah.
and to anybody out there that is a mother anywhere in the world, yeah, our love to you all. Yeah, so what can I say? Where are we doing for time? Oh, we're just past 8 o'clock now, so I can actually.
Welcome everybody.
Welcome everybody to the official Hampshire Outdoors and Survival Sunday Social with Mick
and me and the Fuzz.
and the
Well,
fuzzy
he's lots
dog
of Fuzz now,
Willow,
is he?
who's now on the floor running around like a lunatic.
He's eating loads of polos.
Yeah, so as I say, weather warning for the UK at the moment is out there, especially for us in the south. Localised thunderstorms. If I look out the window now, it's a blue sky, occasional clouds, looks absolutely stunning, it's warm. Just remember, anywhere in Europe and the UK especially, you can get some real mega localised thunderstorms that will cause flooding, sudden high winds and things like that.
Some of the flooding in Spain. It was quite horrendous.
Be prepared for it just in case. It will probably miss you.
If you should move to Farnborough, because we miss everything.
Everything misses here. It's the airport. They've got something that deflects weather.
Alien technology.
So let's get into one. I need your help. I need everybody's help and advice. I've got a cold. I've got a stinking cold.
Evening, Simon.
So, what are your cures? What do you take for a cold? What do you use? Now, I've run through a small list here. I had a quick look into it. Okay, some of these I've heard of before, and some of them I actually use myself. So I'll go through my little list here. Onion sliced in a sandwich, or boiled and drink the juice. Right, chicken soup. That's another one.
That's a good go-to.
Raw horseradish rubbed on your chest. Mustard bath. Mustard powder put into a bath and lay in it.
Vic laid on it, in your feet as well, and onion.
This is one that's a passion killer. An onion poultice on your chest. Okay. Lemon, honey, and alcohol. Now that one we all know works, especially for a sore throat, and there's reasons why it works. Water and rest. And lastly, it was just said, starve a cold and feed the flu. So that's what I've come up with so far.
Hi, Bill.
What I'm using at the moment to beat it off is I got some Manuka honey in my emergency store.
That's a 5+ one.
Yeah, so 2 teaspoons of that a day. It's full of antibiotics, and it's honey. It's energy. It helps your body to fight it. So let me know, what do you use? What's your hidden secret?
Lee said a good session in the bed works. Great for his sinuses. We've got brandy, tequila, Vicks. Vic, I have Vic. If you put Vic on your bottom of your feet, it's supposed to.
Yeah. Birch polypore. Yeah. Chaga tea. Yeah, that's a good one.
A hot toddy and a few beers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get some bulldog.
Vicks. Yeah. Get something spicy into you.
Oh, yeah, the polypores, they're really good for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perhaps we'll go and try some if you're well enough to go out.
I will be. Don't you worry. Mickey doesn't.
He already takes antihistamines.
Yeah, I have to take antihistamines anyhow. I'm allergic to Willow, funny enough. I'm allergic to dogs. I've had dogs my whole life. I'm allergic to them, but I would rather have a dog and suffer the allergy than not have a dog.
Oh, fruity.
Eh?
Your air freshener.
My air freshener.
It's just gone all fruity. It's yen, isn't it?
I can't
it's
smell
yen.
it. Man Cave's got a fruity air freshener.
Hi, John.
Which is definitely better than a fruity Mick.
Or bad spots.
Hi, John. How you doing, mate? We're talking about cold cures at the moment. Old methods, what people use, what their go-to tricks are.
Yeah, fresh air is best.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's absolutely licked to death coming in because he's been
Oh,
away
yeah.
for 4 days,
Yeah.
and it's like, how dare you go away from me?
I had the experience today actually walking my mum's dog Sky this morning before I came back. The local little park where she walks her. She knows Sky knows all the other dogs. My mum knows all the other dogs and her owners. And a Weimaraner, one of the biggest Weimaraners I've ever met, just came belting across the field, skidded to a stop in front of my mum, and stuck his nose in her pocket because he knows she carries treats. It was so sudden. But
We did lose a bit. Yeah, we did lose power this week.
Yeah, we've had a few power cuts.
I'm
Bourbon.
Sussex. Yeah. I'm allergic to nettles. Once the nettle flower comes out, and catkins. Catkins are the pussy willow.
Yeah.
That starts me off, and then August time, the nettles do the rest.
The old green snot.
Yeah, Simon's got his daughter coming down, so he can't come either.
No,
so that's all right, Simon. It's all the
that's
time.
All right. Look, right. Let me get this out there now. If anybody can't make it for any reason, don't beat yourselves up. Don't feel bad about it. Try and let us know, and don't worry about it. Do not worry about it. There'll be other camps. There's no pressure. This is one of those things where I don't want people to ever feel pressured about camp. Life happens. Things come up, and we have to adapt and diversify. Yeah. So please don't. If you've got something going on in your life, deal with that first. The camp is just there for the fun of it. Yeah, so don't worry. No problems, no pressures.
Yeah, Lee Roberts is going to be there for midday on Friday, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, with a TARDIS, Mike, you could. We could transport you over.
Oh, I definitely would. Definitely would. Well, Mike, I might be coming over to the States later in the year if I get the chance. So I've got to figure out how I can visit everybody. Got a bit of working out to do there, haven't we? Bit of planning. Adapt and overcome, definitely, mate. Definitely. And remember, no plan survives first contact with the enemy. Okay, so you're always prepared for what could go on.
I know, Lee, but we'll meet up on the.
Hey, there's no worry, Lee.
He's just annoyed because he was been looking forward to it.
Yeah,
that's always the way. It's a law of sod, isn't it?
That happens. That's all right. I'll get on to Gareth and I'll see when the next one, or when we can sort out the next one. There's no worries, Jess. No worries at all.
Yeah, exactly. Fall back and regroup. Yeah. Oh wow, Mike, you're going to do a sum of 40 miles in 30 days. Rucks starting this week. Well, be interesting to watch that.
Might excuse
some
me.
water.
Yeah, I'm struggling a little bit tonight, so Kaz might do a bit more talking than I am. Mike, you know we're all behind you. Get the shorts up. You'll have us lot cheering you on every step of the way.
He's hanging off the top
because it's all about supporting one another. And again, we're all over the world, so although we can't actually be there, if I lived close enough to, I'll be like that. Yeah, Mike, I'll see you tomorrow morning then, 10 o'clock. Let's go crack out those miles together, and I'll be walking with you. But we're not, so we do it.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to do a few the shorts that I was hoping to do that haven't got around to doing. I'm going to do some this week, so you got something posted on there.
Yeah,
I've got some quite interesting edible recipes using dandelions, including candies and cakes, etc. So.
Yeah. Oh, and a video that's going from members to public tomorrow. So I did the video on the night vision gear. We've emailed the company asking for a link so that I could put a link up for you guys if you were interested in looking at their products and that. And they've not got back to me. Don't know, might be a problem with the company or what. So the video is just going to go live tomorrow, and it's just going to give you the product name and that.
Yeah, I've got the actual details. I've written it all down. So that unfortunately that means there's no sort of
Codes and stuff
codes
like
to
that,
get money off.
which
but-
I do apologise.
Yeah.
But
Right, Ali,
if
how
any
are
of
you
you
doing?
do have any contact with them, do me a favour. Put in your contact. The only reason I'm contacting you about this thing is because I've seen it at Hampshire Outdoors of Survival. Because, yeah, I don't know what's gone wrong with communication. It might be a fault at my end. Don't know. Probably is. I've probably missed an email somewhere because we all know Mickey ain't the brightest. But hopefully the video. I tried not. I looked what other people done with it, and they spent, in my mind, too much time going, "Here's the box," and I actually took it out over a week and tried it as much as possible, and uploaded that footage to try and give you a good idea of how good this kit is, and it is pretty good kit.
Yeah, we actually got. Dee's doing a 2-week 3D printing course starting tomorrow. Oh,
Excellent. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, there's we got a mate that does a bit of 3D printing now and again, haven't we? He makes some interesting kit.
Yeah, I think I think it's going to be about 17 now.
Yeah.
17 people there.
Yeah, I mean, 3D printing stuff you can make with that: holsters, sheaths,
Yeah.
tools, equipment, gadgets, bits of kit, gear. Yeah, very, very interesting. I think we're looking at around
What do you
between
answer it?
17. 17?
Yeah.
17 people, Jess.
Oh, sorry, I answered it while you were talking.
Oh, right. Oh.
Yeah, we could find out about your 3D
Bill.
printing.
Bill, we didn't have flu. I'm a Royal Engineer. Yeah, our feet are firmly on the ground. We don't catch flu.
Just pick up the nearest bunny and wipe your noses on it and throw it away.
Flu is afraid of us. Yeah, we didn't get flu. But it'd be interesting to know what the difference between officer flu and rating flu is. John's missus, have a great trip. Enjoy your cruise. Oh, Jesus. Do excuse my sniffles.
Our friend used to do 3D printing. I've actually he 3D printed me a Groot. So Bushcraft's mate who's coming to the camp does 3D printing.
Excellent.
But it's nice to see you, Ali. Been a busy boy.
Yeah, but will be. I look forward to doing it and getting there, having people there. And again, anything that anybody needs, give me a shout. Give me a shout if you need a bit of kit. You want me to bring a bit of kit to show you?
Yeah, so you can be quarantined. I should lock him in the man cave, shouldn't I, Simon?
I'll be through this by then. Don't you worry about it. I'll beat this on the head. It won't last more than a couple of days.
Kill or cure.
All right. Tea tree wipes. Okay. So wipe it, collect it, bin it.
Yeah.
The other bonus is with using tea tree wipes. If you're like me and you blow your nose a lot and tend to get a bit sore underneath your nose, using a tea tree wipe, because it's moist and got moisturisers in it, it tends to help, but it also stops any infection spreading.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Stick you in Stix's sauna. Or I could just put him in the shower and just leave
that would help, actually. A sauna would be a good thing at the minute. That's something I know would get rid of it within 24 hours. And it's only going to be a 24, 48-hour bug. It's a summer cold at the end of the day, and no big deal. Just, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and yeah, pound shop sweatshirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was 8 squiddy.
8 squid. Your ultimate goal is right in front of you. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Right. So, what have we picked up this week that's interesting? I came back and Kaz got me a couple of items.
Yes, I did.
So she's added.
Yes, he did the dreaded test. He's not got that.
she's added to the cast iron collection.
Yeah.
So I'm now ready to do my cast iron video, which is probably what I'm going to do this week on my wood stove in the garden in preparation. So she's picked me up a cast iron skillet
With a handle.
with a detachable handle. So this handle, basically, if you were using it in an oven, you can unscrew that.
I was quite surprised. I've been following this, obviously tracking it, and it's been to Kazakhstan.
Why?
It's been to
Like that.
Poland. It's been to Germany. It's been to Lithuania. It's been to Netherlands. It's been to France.
It's
Then it got to the UK.
Well travelled, and it's heavy. By golly, is it heavy? It's a good.
Yeah, he said you shouldn't have enough to arm and plate your car.
Yeah, it's 2.5, 3 pounds in weight. It's a really good heavy skillet.
What do you put on there?
That's because I've already seasoned the other pots and
right.
I put them on it. So again, this is supposedly come seasoned, but I've yet to season it myself. So what I'll do is I'll hot water this, which takes the oil they've used out because I don't know what they've used, and then I'll season it up myself. But yeah, nice little skillet.
I'll tell you what, any burglars come round, they're going to get it.
So she picked me up that, which was quite pleasing. And that wasn't that expensive, was it? That was from your cheap.
That's from Temu.
Temu.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and yeah, quite like that. I'm looking forward to giving it a go. And she got me a bag. A bag.
It says plugs, chargers, and cables.
And in the
Yeah,
bag.
Michelle said you don't annoy me in the kitchen.
And then she got me in the bag. She got me one of those.
Look at that. That's a single socket. And look, there's absolutely every single size. They got round ones, they got long flat ones. So there is nothing you haven't got that you cannot charge with that.
And to work with that, she picked me up this. So this is a 5.2 volt USB output. Little solar folding panel. Okay, comes with a couple of clips so you can slap it on the back of your Bergen or whatever you want. And it is only 5.2 volt output. It's a regulated output through a little regulator there. And the USB will literally plug into that.
Oh, thanks, Max.
Plugs into that, and whichever output I need, then I've got with it. So I'll be trialing that over that again. That's a Temu product. I'll be trialing that out over the next week or two.
But this means you ain't going to keep searching around for your bloody cables.
Seeing how well it works, I'll give it a go. And yes, I know there are going to be expensive brands that probably do it a bit quicker or have a bit more power. But again, it's a case of more people are looking for budget kit than not. And if it doesn't work, it turns out to be pants, it doesn't regulate the voltage well enough or whatever, then I'll let you know.
Right.
But if it does work, I'll pass on the
It's
details.
Pikachu charger, yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
So,
Jess asks, do you have any advice on the best way to use Trangia stove in the really dry conditions? Will it need to be supported on a rock or to be safe, or can they go straight onto the grass?
always put something underneath them.
Hi, Outdoorsy Brent. It's how you doing, Kiwi?
Right, the theory is because it's methylated spirits in a Trangia and it's already raised off the ground, in theory, as long as you don't spill the methylated spirits,
it's always worth putting it on a rock.
You're not going to set fire to the ground. However, I always like to have a backup. So what I'll tend to do is I'll clear the ground underneath it, or what I sometimes do is I use the saucepan lid. Where is it? Where is it?
I don't think it's in there because I think you used it the other day, didn't you? Or was that the other one?
So,
Evening, Mac. I'm here with the diseased one.
Right.
Ah.
You can set it up like that or like that, but you just got to try and make sure it is stable. It just won't quite pop in, but quite often I'll set it up like that.
Yeah.
Then your Trangia obviously goes on there, or your methylated spirits burner, or stick it on stone, clear the dirt. But because the burner is on there and the heat's rising, you shouldn't have an issue. But it's that old thing, isn't it? I'd just rather be safe than sorry. Or stick a glass fibre or a silicon mat underneath it, which is another bonus. I mean, I've got a glass fibre one there.
Yeah, I think I got that. That is really thick,
yeah.
And I think I paid £4 on Temu for that. And you can clip them together.
Yeah, roll up to absolutely nothing. You know, stick it away in a bag. Again, it just gives that bit of insulation from the ground. If you're using, so you spill a little bit of methylated spirits or something, this is going to catch and hold the methylated spirits and prevent you setting fire to the ground. Same thing if you're doing other forms of raised stove cooking. I mean, even people say to me, "Oh yeah, I use gas because it's the safest." But if for some reason you're not being attentive and your gas burner falls over, hits the ground, yeah, that's quite a forceful flame, and it'll ignite anything that's there.
Stuart was saying there was no fires warnings all over Arran this week, a high risk of forest fire. Well,
yeah,
we've had a really big one this week. I believe it was in Surrey Heath, and that was caused by someone having someone having a campfire.
And don't risk it.
They just put it onto the peak.
If there's a fire ban,
hi Jason.
Go hard rations. Go cold. Go. Unless you find yourself in I mean, obviously be equipped. So if you find that the weather changes, you find yourself in a hypothermia situation or something like that, then yeah, obviously change your plan. But if there's a fire ban, don't risk it, because even if you don't create a fire, even if you don't cause a problem, if you get caught, A, you're going to cop a hell of a fine for it, and B, publicity. People are constantly looking for any chance to point at us like that. Oh, you see, you can't trust them wild campers and stealth campers.
That's
right. They're out there lighting fires all over the place.
That's what Surrey Heath, they had to use the big Unimogs and all the specialist units. I think it's 12 fire engines to put the fire out. Yeah. And that's probably, it said, it's a campfire. Yeah. It probably wasn't a camper. It was just someone that's going out for a jolly. But
it's a bit.
So Benny, you're going to do camping and try and do it up a tree. Are you a koala?
So in my go pack, I mean, quite often I use ration packs or boil in the bags. If you go online and shop around, you can pick up these meal heater packs quite cheaply.
Yeah, you can buy them just on their own.
You can buy them in packs of 10, packs of 20.
Hi, Lawrence.
Quite affordable, and again, it's a no flame heater. So if you're going out,
glad all's well with you, Lawrence.
I mean, you can pretty much heat anything or warm anything with that.
Yeah, because Lee was just saying heat packs,
including tins. If you think about it, if that's got boiling water in it, and you stand a tin in it with a small hole in the top, it's not going to get it scalding hot, but it's going to warm that food for you. So again, that's
can't be accused of a flame then.
No, that's my go-to this time of year. Or I just go cold. If I'm somewhere where you're not allowed fires there, it's an absolute ban. Go cold rations. And if you really, really have to use a fire source, just be bloody careful, don't get caught.
You're right. Sussex was saying he's seen loads of people wild camping with ground fires on TikTok.
Yeah. Because
they're brainless. They don't put that in gear before they.
this is something I come home and I was trying to think of subjects for tonight. So, and quite often as I do, I will just half an hour before we go live, I'll have a flick through. And one of the things I typed in to just quickly look at, see what's relevant at the moment, just typed in camping, and it come up stealth camping. And there must be 50 videos of people doing stealth camps, a lot of which aren't stealth camps.
No.
A lot of them are pretty pathetic. A lot of them are clickbait. You know, people walking through the woods and finding a knife, but it hasn't got a handle. What am I going to do? I'll take my bootlace off and make a lace handle for it. You keep your boot on now. You know, oh, I'm out in the woods and randomly I've come across an old tin of baked beans that's never been opened. What can I do?
Nice way.
You know, I was like,
yeah, it's so bloody obvious. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know you all feel the same. You know, it's like it's like this whole thing with, hey, look, I'm going to light a fire using a cotton wool ball, but my nipples are extremely cold at the moment. I'm going to warm them using the flame.
I was telling Vic when he came in tonight, I'd read on one of our local sort of pages on the Facebook. People put down there, you know, if they've had the car broken, they lost a cat, things like that. And there's this one person, and he was from Bisley, which, as if you know Bisley, it's quite upper crust up there, and that's they got the Bisley gun clubs
National
Rifle, yeah. So anyway, he put up there, to the person who is feeding white bread to the birds, will you decease straight away, because there is some crows that come in my garden and dipping the bread into my bird bath to soak the bread up and making a god awful mess, and that is their words, god awful mess. And I'm thinking, there's tsunamis, there's volcanoes, we've got war, we've got God knows whatever else, and you're worried about a bloody bird dipping a piece of bread in your bird table and mucking it up. But bird bath, sorry.
Thing is, those same birds are going to crap in it. So, you know, I mean, my poor mum at the moment, she's got 2 pigeons that have taken to her garden. And every day, piles of pigeon poo.
Perhaps in Bisley, they have like a card swipe system. Your little Robin comes along, gets his little swipe card out.
And I agree.
And use the bird.
Shouldn't give birds white bread. It's not good for them. You know, fair enough in the winter, it gives them a little bit of carbs. But
definitely, John, definitely a first world problem, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Cookie, you might know them then.
And when we get back to stealth camping, you all know what stealth camping is. If you know, you know. That's all I'm going to say about it. Yeah. It's like somebody asked me. They said, "Oh, you're going to do a stealth camp?" I said, "If I do a stealth camp, if I did a true stealth camp, went purely covert, then there's nothing for you to see, because there would be nothing for you to see, you know." So, and yeah, you got you having stealth camps and doing stealth camps. Really and truthfully, is about just not being noticed. But how far do you want to take it? Now, what I call a good stealth camp is like stealth car camper. What him and his guys do up in their woods. A lot of people wouldn't say stealthy, but I say no, it is stealthy. They don't get noticed, they don't get aggravation. They go in, they have a good camp.
Easily.
And when they go away, the place is cleared up. Right? So I think there's a line between stealth camping, which is leaving no trace, not being seen, not aggravating people, not drawing attention to yourself, and covert.
Hiking the Hill said when he was in the Scouts in the early 80s, they were thought to, we were taught to only have a fire when it was an altar fire, which was raised fire, not touching the ground. Hope you've heard of this type.
Certainly have exactly that, and yeah, you're very, very right. So I teach survival techniques, and most of the fires that I'm on about making and create myself are either based on traditional group survival situations or communities where you'd have a centralised fire pit.
I love it, Sussex.
Do it in the camp. Or what you would do in an emergency, no other choice. You've got to gain the heat and the warmth. You've got to try and persevere, survive yourself. And that doesn't always mean that you've got the time, the capability, or the ability to create a specific
outdoors.
fire. You just need a fire. But for people that are practicing and doing things going out, it's more about your preparation. We've got an awkward situation in the UK and in a lot of the world that a lot of people really don't like us going out and doing what we do, and will try and find any excuse they can to point the finger at us. It's that old thing they don't understand, and I've had this in lots of things I do. I'm a shooter. I enjoy competition shooting. Oh, well, ban guns. Guns are a bad thing. I don't understand why people would want them. Well, no, because you're not competitive marksman, right? I don't understand football. I don't particularly like football. Would I want to see football banned? No, just because I don't enjoy it, there's no reason why somebody else shouldn't. And the problem is there are a lot of people in this world, just because they don't like it or they don't understand it, they want it stopped.
Yeah.
And wild camping is one of those things at the moment. There are a lot of people that enjoy the countryside. I'm not going to point my fingers towards the
happy birthday, Kiwi.
Brigade that like to wear their plastic macs and the little woolly hats with their maps around their neck, walking in groups of 50 across farmers' fields with their dogs off the lead, completely ignoring the footpath because they have the right to do it. No, they don't. But yeah, it's their countryside. They're enjoying it their way. They don't want you out there camping. You know, camping. And I think sometimes it's a jealousy. So we've got to try and protect ourselves and what we do. And unfortunately, the best way of doing that is not be noticed. So try and draw attention to yourselves.
Yeah, Lee, you were saying about the bread and the bicarbonate. If you go on YouTube, look up Pringles and what was it? Laxative liquid, because some youngsters on Daytona Beach
did it with seagulls.
They put the laxative on the Pringles and threw the Pringles up in the air and waited, and everybody was getting targeted. It was
Happy birthday, Kiwi.
Yeah. Hi, Janet.
Yeah, we used to use bread dough and bicarb for seagulls in little balls. It's rather cruel. It's not nice. Raining feathers, bits of seagull.
But this was just them having losing their bowels on everybody.
Yes. Well, the easiest way to do that
Andy
is start feeding the seagulls, because they tend to lose weight as they take off anyhow.
Yeah.
As we used to say in Cornwall, every time a seagull took off, you say, "You're just glad the cows don't fly."
So Sussex is going to do satire videos of famous bushcrafters. He's going to do a good one lined up for Ray Mears. He's going to call himself May Rears. And he's also going, I'm going to go do with Lords. So if you ever see me with a stuffed toy head on my head and war paint, don't be surprised.
Mate, do one on me. I'm waiting for somebody to take the mic.
Hi, Lefty and Levon.
Hi, Levon. Hi, Lefty. I know who's in charge in that relationship, so I say hello the right way around. Hope you're good, mate. Oh. Hi, Janet. How you doing, sweetheart?
Yeah, it's nearly the weekend, isn't it?
Nearly the weekend.
Woohoo!
Not long to go now, and we will all be up the woods singing whatever you want to be singing.
Yeah.
I apologise now if I snore.
Yeah, it's going to be. Hopefully, the weather's going to be good. Well, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You got plenty of tarts to put up.
Oh yeah.
If you snore, yeah, he does.
Yeah, I've got a parachute as well, which I'm bringing up. I'm replacing one of the tops I normally put, the big brown one I normally put up. I'm going to put a parachute up instead.
King and Googly, no war chance, yeah. And if you have any beans, I should imagine it was something like blazing saddles at night coming from the tents.
So you want to see me riding into the camp on the back of an Aberdeen Angus?
Yeah, a very angry one.
So you go. Mick,
more bees, yeah.
Yeah, Mick, bring telegram for Sheriff Barton.
That's when you find out, is it, if you have lots of beans, is it better off your health wise to be in a tent or in a hammock? Because obviously I would have said a hammock because you got the mosquito net and yeah.
Better out than in, as they say.
Yeah, I'm in charge of the anti-snore catapult. You won't know me. I'll be stealthing. I'll be blacking out the lights on my mobility scooter, and I'll be going around at night going.
Kiwi, of course you can, mate. I'll take the power bank and make sure it's fully charged for you, mate. Yeah, not a problem.
Yeah, don't do it in a bivvy bag. Otherwise, you'll start looking like a caterpillar.
Mickey will get shoved into the fires like the smoke.
Not if it's a cocoon hammock, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can have that. Then everyone can hold their thing up with pride and said, "But did you die?"
Yes, I remember seeing something about that the other day. It's been a lot of recalls and stuff, just like bees and all sorts. All in the bag, Maxie.
Just imagine if you had a baked bean and bulldog challenge.
No, Caroline, don't even go there.
You get spicy. No, there's really spicy Heinz baked beans, and then put spilled bulldog.
Just make notes. Your name is going on the list to be punished later. Punish Caroline for suggesting bulldog and baked bean challenge.
Yeah, fermented bushcrafters roaming the woods.
Well, I'd rather be fermented than demented.
I must say that if you do wander the woods, there is a troll there, and it's a Cornish troll.
Yeah,
and it's not him. It is a Cornish troll that we bought back, and it lives in the woods under a bridge.
Bill, I felt disappointed like that myself a couple of times. Had an all-day breakfast that only lasted 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, naked sleepwalkers. Well, I don't know about naked sleepwalkers. I know about these.
Andy, the camp, right. Andy, if you want to come to the camp, if you can see up there, let me know. That's the email, hampshireoutdoors@mail.com. Fire us an email. We'll send you the what 3 words. It's local to us here. It's just it's 5 miles from Aldershot as the crow flies. And it is the 16th to the 18th. Although if you want to come for just one day, come and visit for one day.
Some are coming Saturday, some are coming Friday.
You want to do it. And it is a camp up at my local woods, or up the woods I use. Basically, the guys are kind enough that when they're not training people up there, and I believe this weekend they've got a tour in Wales, I think it is.
I think not the Friday they're doing. I think they are doing a fish and chip one, aren't they?
Gives me scope to use the woods. Although on Friday night we might have a few starting from there. There is a tour on Friday night, especially for those who are interested in Land Rovers.
It's always another time, Andy, but we usually put it on the board.
Yeah, there's going to be a tour meeting on Friday night there, and then they're all heading out to do a green laning tour, ending up with a fish and chip supper at the end of it. So yeah, there'll be a few landies there at the beginning, but they'll be moving on.
If you bring your skillet, we could start on all only pans.
Only pans. Oh, That might be a short this week. I might do an Only Pans short. Come to my Only Pans channel. I stripped down to my leopard print undies.
Yeah, we love Landys. We've had lightweights, we've had 109s, 88s, 90s. We've had Defenders. We've had the Range Rover Classic. We've had
pretty much all the marks right up until about.
Oh, East Dorset, lovely.
20. I think the newest one we had was about 2016, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anything prior to that, we pretty much had the lot 101s, lightweights, 2s, 2As, and the rest of it. With any luck, Max mate.
Rob's bringing his Series 1.
He's bringing his Series 1, so they'll be using that to come up with, and that's a beauty. I do love an old car.
Yeah, because you've got a Freelander, haven't you? We've had Freelanders as well, Janet. We've had 2 of them.
Customised that last one, didn't we? Did everything on it. 2-inch lift, the rack, all the extra lighting.
At one point, we actually had 2 white Discoveries, the Discovery 1s. So both matching, but one had a 2-inch lift and one didn't.
Yeah.
But we had to get rid of the 2-inch lift because I couldn't. I got out of it. I couldn't get back in it again. Our Freelander now is out in
Lithuania.
Yeah, I think it is Lithuania. Yeah.
I think it went to Lithuania. Yeah.
But you can't.
No, it's
Cougar. No.
I wouldn't say I'm posh. Lucky. No. Lucky. Right place, right time, right cash. Although one does feel a little bit sophisticated when one is driving it, especially.
I caught it the other day sitting in the car watching on the TVs on the back of the seat, watching Rising Damp.
Yeah, Cass gets to go shopping now. I get to get in the back of the car, put the air-conditioned seats on. So
Willow's in his chair, wafting
cold air across my bottom whilst watching Rising Damp. It's a lovely experience, Wonderful. Yes. And a friend of ours has said to me, if I wanted it, he's got the full drop-in, pull-out
whiskey
cabinet with the glasses and the decanter and the rack for the shotgun in it, so that when you go on the shoot, you could pull the rack out, take one's Purdy out, put it together, blast a couple of pheasants, and then celebrate with numerous whiskies before driving home. Wonderful.
Then my little scooter wouldn't go in there. So
yes, but I don't really think that's me. Mick is more a case of open the drawer, take out the Sterling, pop in a 25 rounder, blast off at the peasants,
and Kaz is out the sunroof with a catapult,
and crack a couple of tinnies open before driving back from the battlefield. That's more Mickey.
Yeah.
whilst pulling the pins from grenades, tossing them out the window, and creating smoke screens. Yes, that's more Mickey.
Yeah, Sterling submachine gun. I can just imagine it. Got a little ramp, open the back boot, open the boot like that. A little ramp comes out, and Willow's in a little tank.
Yeah,
rolling down.
Right, you say about the Sterling. I'll tell you one problem with the Sterling for in-car use is that side mag. It tends to catch on the window frame when you're trying to get it out the window. But MP5,
he's infected with germs.
Yeah, especially you use the MP5 with the short mag on it. You go for the 10 rounder just for a quick blat. That's nice car gun.
Yeah, he's got a bad cold.
I have a stinker of a cold.
Hence, I am sort of hanging off screen.
Yeah. I do like the Sterling. Good bit of kit. Especially if you're pro. Enough gun talk. YouTube in Britain talking about guns. Oh my God! Yeah. Somebody will put me on a watch list. I'm sure. It's just looking out the window, make sure there's nobody in black overalls waiting to come in from a helicopter.
Glavar. I don't know what Glavar is. I'm afraid.
Glavar. Oh, very fine whiskey. Very fine whiskey. Yes.
Now, never enough gun talk.
Yes. Very, very fine whiskey. Never enough gun talk. Yeah. Unfortunately, yes. They don't like it, do
no,
they, Kaz?
they don't. No.
I've been told off for it in the past by YouTube. Used to have a couple of guns in my early videos back there.
Yeah. And you got in trouble with that.
Didn't like it. They told me off. They said, "No, Mikey, don't you dare. Don't you dare." But there is, if you go back through my list, there's a little video before I changed my system on what I'm doing of me there talking you through some of the shotguns. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, we do have it on the channel.
I prefer it nice. I've not got any at the moment. I need some more gin. I'm out of gin, flavoured gin. Love it.
And when I get out to the States, I will be doing a couple of videos there where I actually go through and talk with other people in a safe, controlled, correct environment, purely educational videos on various types of firearms, their uses, practices, and operation to show the world I do actually know what the fuck I'm talking about. Because it was my bread and butter for 16 years.
Yeah, they do. Everyone's heard of Silent Pool, which is that's one of the places that Agatha Christie disappeared from, wasn't it? They found her car there. It's Silent Pool was supposed to be it's beautifully clear, and it was supposed to be bottomless. The story goes that a young maiden was in there having a bath, and a king came up and expected her to come out of the water, and she wouldn't. Tied her modesty, and she drowned there. So that's what it's Silent Pool. Well, they actually make whiskey, gin from the natural spring water.
Kiwi's asking about. This is how I ought to be putting the correct hats on. You all know major disaster. Yes. And
oh God.
And then, of course, you got Cooper Mick from the Cornish Independent Special Recovery Services. You see? Yeah, rolling
and that
past
used to be on his headlight of his motorbike.
Or I could go Darth Vader. Luke, I'm your son.
Adam like that. Now more bees. Thank you, John.
hey.
John said, "Now more beans." Adam thought that was really funny. We aim to police, even though he's dying.
Oh, Jesus. I didn't realise how much dust was inside that old respirator. That was a drop of CS still in it. Got a proper old lung.
Grime from your thing.
Oh. Can almost taste.
Yeah.
Yes. The little tablets, a bit of foil. Right, gentlemen, if you'd like to walk in a circle.
I remember that little tiny building at Chilcombe, wasn't it? That's where they used to have the, I'm not going to say gas chamber, but gas
it
room.
Was gas chamber. Yeah. Walking around in your circle with your respirator on, go, see, it works. Now take it off. Tell me your name, your number, and a joke before I let you out.
Every orifice, it's
bogies and snot. Funny enough, if you do it enough, you actually get quite used to it.
Yeah, you remember that. Make mental note. Do not put your face inside that mask. Or them being ill.
Very good, Andy. The emojis there. Remember CS gas, and it's tending to get worse there. Yeah, Lee. It's some people. I mean, used to do a lot of it, and there's some people it hardly affected.
Yeah, it depends on their mucous membrane. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, and there's other people it really knocks the willies off. The average person, it's about confidence. The more you get exposed to it, the more you start the old. Right, I know what's going to happen. It's like eating a super hot curry. You know it's going to burn like hell. You know exactly what to expect. You know it's not going to kill you, and you just deal with it.
He's
once-
gone the other. You go on the other extreme now because in the freezer, he bought some ice pops in it and farm foods the other day, and they're super sour.
Oh, I'm going to go get one of
Oh
those up.
dear
Oh,
me!
bloody hell! I'll go get one.
Oh, Benadryl works, does it? Ah. But yeah, I remember working in the booking cell and looking out and seeing people come out and all this stuff coming out of their nose and they're crawling around the floor and yeah, it might be because you smoked. You never know. But yeah, he's just going down to the freezer to get one of these super sour ice pops. They're like battery acid. God, well, it's not surprising that if he worked in a horseradish plant, that he wouldn't. John was saying that his dad told a story that CS didn't bother him. He worked as a kid in a horseradish plant, and said that when they made him go, his dad go back 3 times because it wouldn't affect him.
Right, so I was in farm foods, and I like an ice pop in the winter, just refreshing. And there's the sour ones. These things, these damn things, right? You can put copper wire into each end of one of these
Yeah, you can
and
run
produce about 48 volts.
or you could run. You probably run a tank on one of these.
Yeah. Don't get these for your kids. Right, they will not come down off the ceiling for about 3 days.
And their sense of taste will have died.
Yeah, awful things. Awful things. In fact, I'll take them out of the freezer because I'm going to let them defrost and then quietly get rid of them.
Coward.
They are foul, though, aren't they? They are. It's just sugar, E numbers, and some sort of battery draining stuff. Yeah. John, right?
We can't hear ice pops. So what are they? It's a liquid. You get them and buy them in a box. They're liquefied, and you just put them in the freezer, so it turns them into like ice lolly type things. But
but they're super sour.
They're super sour.
Yeah.
I had the green one the other day. Oh my god.
Yeah, you say that, John. So I used to work with a chap.
Yeah, that's
should I
got
say
you.
his name?
And you could take them to camp for a forfeit.
Yeah, it could do. I used to work with a guy called Big Tone.
Oh,
That's what he liked to be known as.
Yeah.
Big Tone. Who spent a lot of time telling me how CS don't affect me. It don't affect me. CS, it doesn't work on me. And we had a tiny little toilet block, 10 by 10, one metal door in and out. And so one day he's gone in to do his human ablutions. So I quietly crept in behind him, put the tin foil on the floor.
No, we all give it to the camps.
Lit the tablet and locked the door. And I actually padlocked the door. And the
windows are blocked as well, aren't they?
Yeah. And the beating started on the door. Well, it started off with sort of like I'm going to kill you. And then there was beating on the door. And I got to admit, because he's a bit bigger than me, I did wait till the beating subsided to a sobbing before I unlocked the door, flicked the padlock off and run like hell. And yeah, he came out. I've never seen anybody's mucus actually come out their eyeballs. It was, his ears were running, his nose, everything was going. If there was anywhere in the body that could exude mucus, it was. He looked like a human jellyfish when he came out. And I remember,
a yagfish, is it?
Yeah, and I remember just turning around to him about half an hour
Hagfish,
later, once he'd sort of recovered his composure, and say to him, "Sorry, mate, but I thought you were immune to it." Yeah.
Max thought these were the new type of Siloom.
They might as well be. Yeah, that glows. It probably does glow in the dark.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't glow in the dark.
But would it? Because I know the squaddies in Aldershot used to drink these, didn't they?
The old
The old Silooms.
Yeah.
and then go pee in the
It's
the
not a good thing
toilets.
to do. It's
No,
not very
'cause you
good
got
for your
that-
kidneys.
You got the glass as well, and you have
Yeah.
to break, don't you?
Yeah, it's
But-
it's not. Don't go drinking Xyloom's, kids.
No.
It's toxic. It's not good for your kidneys.
And you get bits of
Don't like
glass.
it. Yeah, they really don't like it. It's not good for you at all. I would never tell anybody to try and write their name in the dark using Xyloom's after they.
Yeah,
drunk
that's
them.
it. That's the reason why they did it, Lee.
Yeah.
So they could write their names in.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the shop powers. Yeah.
Yeah. I've come across it. I've seen that glowing name written
Yeah,
on
I saw the Mac posted the removing of the carpet in Fives.
Yeah.
On the street. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, and dodgy old stuff. So
Yeah.
be careful with what you drink, what you consume, what you
Yes.
put into your body. Remember, your body is a temple. Worship
Yeah,
it.
and don't eat too much beetroot because you will look like you're peeing blood.
Don't eat too much asparagus. We will smell of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So no overindulging in anything.
Yeah, you want to upset a nurse, then you've got to take urine sampling. The day before you actually produce your sample, have yourself a good strong dose of asparagus. They really don't like that.
You can have all the nurses up against you next.
Yeah. I'm sorry, nurses. Do apologise. Yeah. Don't do it. It's not nice. I don't know.
Maybe the old ones did, but I
Yeah.
don't think the new ones have.
I've probably got one here. Let's see what the active ingredients are.
It's true, Jess, and that's why I've got some
Strip down, ready to go.
some of these things I'm going to do shorts of this week. I'm hopefully going to I might do some and then discuss, but also do some shorts to just going through the recipes and what you need.
Yeah. Yes, Kaz is going to be doing some.
Mainly dandelions.
Because I'm all right. So the plan is this week, because obviously I want to. This cold has got to be shaken before Wednesday, Thursday, because the last thing I want is everybody up the woods and me being stood 50 metres away, going, yeah, put your tent
Very
up,
nice, Jess.
I won't bring the disease with me, so I've got to chase this out of my system. So Kaz will be putting up a couple of videos this week. Like I said, the night vision video will go live tomorrow. I think it goes live about 6 o'clock tomorrow night.
Did you actually catch that deer going through?
Yes, did. Yeah, the
Yeah,
deer go
because
through.
he put the camera up. We were waiting for it to get darker, and this deer bounced across the
I
grass.
started talking. I turned to talk to Caroline, and also this deer went through. And it's quite interesting because you see the rabbits are getting skitty beforehand, and the rabbits are about another 40, 50 metres on. You see them getting skitty, and then the deer goes past. So they obviously heard the deer coming through the undergrowth.
Never done asparagus and beetroot at the same time. You just try that with multivitamin drink. Oh God.
Oh, so has anybody done anything interesting this week? Anybody knocked out any interesting videos? I know my mate Ketten got over to the Isle of Arran.
I noticed as well. Yeah, because he thanked you for the support.
That's no problem, brother. No problem. No problem at all.
I've yet to see. I've got to see that, and I've got to see Ray's video as well because
I've got everybody's videos to catch up on because obviously being
me
over on
too.
the Isle of Wight with my mum, I travelled back in time. It really felt like it out there. There was, I mean, my day, because my mum's had an IOP, so my day was taken up looking after her. And I got out for one small walk on my own. And it really was like going back to probably the 1940s, 50s in Britain. It was proper countryside. It's the smaller fields, hedgerows, little tracks. And I found myself stood there thinking to myself, if a Spitfire flew over now, I could, I'm just going to collapse. But no, it didn't. But
Yeah.
what I did discover for another video at another time is there's a steam railway there. And so I'm researching routes to take me out with that backdrop when the steam railways run.
Yeah, because I was reading through the timetables, and it said there's a green route, a blue route, and a red route. So they obviously go to
Various.
yeah.
So the idea is to try and catch a steam train, try and do a bit of a themed video. I might even make it a whole themed video, like a 1940s brew whilst watching steam trains going past. Or I might even do a Railway Children one and put my best Jenny Agutter outfit on and run after the train going, "Hello, Mr. Driver!" I'll frighten the life out of the poor
That's
bloke.
all right, Stuart.
Hey, Stuart, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, mate. Hopefully you're all good. I'm not going to mention. Yeah, that's to you and me and the gatepost.
Yeah, Owen was saying what you need to do is unsubscribe and then subscribe back again, because it gets because I don't get any. I have to actually physically go through everyone's channel to see.
And I've got so many people to check up on. This is one of the things I do find is a bit difficult because I've got so many videos to watch and so many of you guys to try and keep up with.
So
I don't
Stealth,
always manage to do it.
so Stealth is sick of burgers, so they had burritos yesterday. Very nice. You do some taco stuff and that. Get those the little ones that look like a little boat.
Yeah, Stealth sometimes just change it up, innit? It's a change as good as the rest. Yeah, I like things like that. It's still raining in Sussex.
Yeah.
And the weather forecast this morning said it wouldn't go as far east as that. It was supposed to be just in the west.
He's slugging the slugs. Sussex. He's putting slugs in the slugs.
Kill. Yeah.
Yeah, it's anything. Yeah.
25 BBs a second. Oh, blimey. It's a massacre out
I'll
there.
tell you what, Chris, you don't be walking down your path because you're going to be on your ass.
Yeah.
Slip slide in the slug. There's nothing worse than going barefoot to lock the back gate and going up between your toes and
skidding on it. You put your heel on it and
Yeah.
your foot skids and you're like, oh, no. It's only one thing worse than that. It's waking up in the morning and looking in the mirror and thinking, I didn't have a tash when I went to sleep. And you go, oh, you bugger.
all right, tortilla wraps part of almost always John's meals with peanut butter for a snack. Ooh.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it's been quite nice here, but there's supposed to be storms coming up from Spain and that, so the south is going to be hitting.
In fact, it's a clear sky out there at the moment. Yeah, we're supposed to get a few
But we
thunderstorms.
put in some 3 different types of peas last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
We got dwarf peas, we got purple ones, so the actual pod and the peas themselves are purple.
Jess, take it easy. Have a good night.
Night, Jess. And I can't remember what the other one was. The dwarf ones, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he went away and he's come back and they're like that already. Yeah.
Sussex, don't talk to me about leeches. I'll tell you at the camp. Ask me about them at the camp. I don't want to. I'm an expert when it comes to leeches, both getting them and extracting them from other people.
Ooh.
They
freak me out because they used to use them for bloodletting, and when you had they used to use them for the Roman chariot racing.
Ray got down to the New Forest today. Beautiful.
Oh, lovely.
Fantastic. I came within about 15 miles of New Forest on the train coming back. I actually went through a station I'd never ever heard of before. At one point, I thought I'd travelled in time or something, because I do this route quite regularly. And all of a sudden, this new station come up. I was like, Shawford? What the hell's Shawford? And talk about weird experience. So I'm on my train. So I'd get the train from Portsmouth Harbour up to Basingstoke, where I was told I'd have to change at Basingstoke to get a train to Farnborough. Okay, not a problem. train comes into Basingstoke station, and just as I'm about to step off, and it is packed, absolute jammers. Just as I'm about to get off, the conductor says to me, "You're
You
going
got leeches in
Farnborough,
your
aren't you?"
pond.
And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I've got to change here for the Farnborough train." And he said, "No, don't do that. They've cancelled the next one, which is the Farnborough train. You need to stay on this one. We're now going to stop at Farnborough." Talk about lucky escape. Lucky.
So, Kitten's got leeches in his pond.
Yeah, they're an ugly looking critter, but they have their place.
Sussex has got isopods in his beard. Yeah, I worked out we haven't got much of a garden here, so we've got like I said, we've planted 3 lots of different peas. We've also got tomato plants. We've got hanging tomatoes. We've got plum and steak tomatoes.
Got fennel in today, didn't we?
Yeah, we've got fennel in today, and I've bought some off Temu. They're the hanging strawberry plant, but they have 8 pouches. That way, the slugs won't be able to get to them because they'll be hanging up, obviously.
Yeah.
So I've now got to buy 16 strawberry plants.
Yeah,
but
because
I found out on Facebook Marketplace there's loads of people doing the plants for £1 each, rather than go to the garden centre and spend about.
Well, we grow quite a bit, don't we?
Mm.
Well, I mean,
We had blueberries
wild
last year.
strawberries. Our front garden's full of wild strawberries.
Yeah. It's nice. Oh, celeriac.
Deep works well, yeah. Onions.
On his range, you had a little wall, didn't you? A little like a brick chimney, nothing in it. And we put some horseradish in there, and that went bloody mad.
Potted, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We grow herbs. All the I've got lots of mint. I like the different flavours.
simple insect repellents that work really, really well. If you ever get stuck, are any of the allium plants. So any onions, any garlic, the insects absolutely loathe it. And if you're really in a high risk environment, eating a raw onion will actually keep them off you. They basically you sweat it out in your skin. They will land and go, "No, not you. I'll move on to somebody else." So again,
Oh, you filled the pond in.
And it's good for you.
But that's where they come back to.
You know what he's going to have to do?
Bad Kiwi.
You know what you're going to have to do, Kiwi? You're going to have to create a little wet area, just so you can collect the spawn and then move it to a
you
pond.
moved the pot. You kept the frog spawn, take it to another water.
And
Then when they grow up, they will then make that their home.
They will head back there to breed. You get next year, mate. You have all these frogs walking around going, "Where's my birthplace gone? Where's it gone? I can't breed." No, they'll find somewhere else. Yeah, take the leaders off the strawberries.
Yeah.
And again, any of you that grow strawberries that want to have wild strawberries, if you take the leaders off the strawberries and just poke them into the dirt, they'll root.
There's root, and then you just snip them off.
Within 2 generations, they revert to their natural form, which is the wild strawberry, which is a tiny little strawberry, tiny little fruit. But it's got an immense flavour to it. It's really powerful.
I've got a fantastic recipe. If anyone likes, if they grow too many courgettes, I've got a recipe that uses grated courgette with poppy seeds as a sponge, and you put like a lemon icing on the top of it,
really
and
nice.
it is.
Doesn't sound good, but
no, it sounds like it's going to be.
Yeah.
But it's nice. No, we don't eat frogs.
Yeah.
We just don't. We don't like to see all the little frogs in their wheelchairs scooting around.
50 potato, 20 tomatoes, 100 sunflowers, 8 pumpkin, 10 cucumber, 58 strawberries, 1,500 carrot seeds planted, beans, peas, cabbage, beetroot plants, mate.
If we had the space, we would.
Yeah.
But we noticed a lot around here. A lot of the Nepalese have moved here. Their front gardens and back gardens are just taken over. They just turn them into vegetable patches, don't they?
We don't eat frogs so much in the UK because the frog species we have here are in comparison to what you harvest out there, are tiny. You really wouldn't get much in the way of food off them. Although I have eaten frog and thoroughly enjoyed it, quite enjoy frogs. Snails, escargot, quite enjoy those prepared properly.
Yeah, grow as much as you can. I mean, it's like I said to someone before, even if you just got pots, you can grow carrots in pots. We've even got the potato bags that it's got like a little rip over cover, so you can.
Yeah, you're not going to have a huge crop off of them, but
it's something. There's nothing better than your own.
My son Dan, he lives in an apartment in Prague. And he grows all his own herbs on his little balcony, and he's even got a lemon tree with 2 lemons on it at the moment. I think part of the thing with growing is that contact with nature. It's the fun of doing it. It's the pleasure of being able to produce something to save a little bit here and there. But it's all practicing to. If you ever needed to, it's gaining a knowledge, isn't it? A knowledge and an understanding of growing things, so that you could produce your own food if you had to. Pak choy, that's good. That's good. I do like a bit of pak choy.
We used to go to a very, very old pear tree, didn't we? That used to be in the middle of the like the woods, didn't it? On the ranges.
Yeah.
You used to have to stand on top of the bloody roof of the Land Rover to get the pears because they were that tall. I like cherry. I'm not been able. I suddenly got allergic to cherries.
Yeah,
it's a shame. So I love them. And plums.
Yeah, and it's all good practice. It's all good practice. If the world goes to shit, if you've got the confidence to be able to grow something, then
and of course I've got my
chilies.
My chilies that I'm.
Yeah. The purple penis chilies.
Peter penis chilies.
Peter penis. Who's this Peter with the purple penis?
It's actually called. They're called Peter penis chilies, but the variety I've got actually is purple, but you can get red or yellow.
It's a good old-fashioned gardener's joke. Bushcroft, Sussex. My pears are all sitting in the boardroom talking about statistics. They're conference pears.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh.
And again, see, that's another thing in your foraging. Me and my mum were talking about it the other day. We were discussing what we would plant if we had our own woodland, what we would plant. And we were going through it. It was like bull aces, green gages, damsons.
Yeah.
There's all these fruits that are gone by the by.
Yeah, it's really hard. And very rare to find now, isn't it?
But yeah, in my youth, pretty much where I lived, every garden had fruit trees, and it was quite interesting because there was 12 houses in a row in the middle of nowhere. We had apple. Our next door neighbour had
damsons. I haven't forgotten, Stuart.
The next one had plums. The next one down had pears, and so on, all the way down the line. And everybody used to swap with one another. You know, somebody would come up, can I have a few apples for making a pie or lunch? Or my mum would.
I will parcel some up for you for tomorrow. So I've got to plant mine.
It worked like that. Everybody shared.
Yeah, big green gage down the road. Yeah.
Yeah, I love green gage.
So one of our neighbours, they've got passion fruit, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they have so much fruit because the tree that is grown right down their concrete brick wall. It comes over the other side as well, so you know that the kids have been eating it.
Yeah, scrumping. Oh yeah.
You're welcome.
Damsons. I thought I was a little swine for damsons as a kid. I used to climb the neighbour's damson tree to they'd be like, "Oh, can your Mick come down, go up the tree, and pick
Yeah.
the Dowsers?" And I'd be up there, and it was literally one for me, one for them, one for me, one for them. Oh, I used to upset my stomach. It's like any fruit like that, you eat too much of it, and yeah, it'll have an adverse effect. I used to eat until I almost
We
went
used
the
to go
colour
to-
of Dowsers.
I think my parents, when they used to go to Kerdford in Sussex, they used to go and get the apples and that there. I'm bloody sure that's where they used to get the elderberry wine and all the different flavoured wines. I love a good old flavoured wine.
Yeah.
Oak tree wine is made from oak leaves. Oh,
Oh, beautiful,
mm.
beautiful. You only get it certain times a year, though.
Yeah,
don't you?
and the only place I've found that does it is down in the New Forest at Burley.
Yeah.
They do the oak leaf wine at different times of year. It tastes different.
Damson gin. Oh, lovely.
Oh God, he's doing it now.
Oh, here we go.
Sussex said to be warned. That's what it's going to be like next week. We don't mind.
Don't mind dad jokes.
Oh, you got a fruit press. Ah.
Oh, all those juices. Oh, blimey. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, and then you just bottle it, ferment it. Oh, sweet. All those
Oh, dear.
homemade wines.
Bill said his wife has just discovered that her cherry tree is actually a pear tree. I think the giveaway was the fact there's a small pear on it. Thing is, though, I suppose it's when you've got all these trees together in these warehouses or whatever where they grow them. I suppose you do get the odd mistake with, mislabeling and that.
Yeah.
15 gallons of wine. Oh, your grandfather used to make lovely wine, didn't he?
He got in a lot of trouble
Yeah,
for it.
yeah.
Very nearly went to prison for it.
Yeah.
My granddad was a bit of a rogue. He was ex-Navy, chief petty officer on the Ravencroft. He used to operate, or he was crew chief on it, or senior officer on it.
Yeah, it sounds a good idea, doesn't it, Stuart?
And he used to make wine for a hobby. And he never sold it or anything like that. But what he used to do is he always used to give bottles to the Women's Institute for their fates to be given away, raffled prizes and things like that. And one of the other wine producers got really suspicious and quite jealous that whenever my granddad's stuff went up, it sold a lot and was very popular. Didn't stay on the table very long. And it turned out what he was actually doing was distilling it. He made his own distillery and he would make the wine and then he would distill it. So basically, for a red wine, you distill red wine, you make a brandy. And if you distill a white wine, you make a cognac. And he was doing this. And obviously, there's taxation laws and licensing laws that say you can't do that. And he got into a bit of trouble about it. He got into a lot of trouble about it. And they had to say, sign a thing to say he would never distill alcohol again with no license. And then within a few months he'd figured out that what he could actually legally do was make his wine and then mix it. So he was mixing it with a spirit base.
No, Kiwi, we bought the Land Rover instead.
And technically fortifying it. And again, made it very, very popular.
That's a shame, Sussex, because it's like we watched Jack Hargreaves Out of Town, and they were going to the bloke with the press, and his payment was part of your apples on pears or whatever you bought. He'd make his own cider out of that, but yeah.
I definitely don't have a 10 gallon still. Definitely.
Yeah, 500 gallons that's a lot of flipping.
And I
yeast.
Definitely don't have enough turbo yeast to make 500 gallons of grog. No, you don't. Because that would be naughty.
We did see one the other day for 20 quid, Kiwi, on Facebook
I
Marketplace.
will get my dehydrator. It's
But at
still
the
on
moment,
list, but
the car was the more important
yeah, I had
thing.
to adapt priorities, and to get the car, I had to sort of raid things a little bit.
Oh, right. So you got homemade wine. She got her friends round, but if not, you got a cup of tea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's I tell you what,
Hawthorn wine. I've had
Yeah.
that, but not. I never had beetroot wine.
that's quite nice. It's a lot of sugar in that. Kicking, and I definitely don't have Hexy. Yeah, I don't have Hexy either.
He's get to definitely let us know that he can come because it's quite a way, but
And it's
definitely don't have the hexies.
definitely don't have Hexy.
Yeah, I like rhubarb wine.
Bramble wine,
Yeah, bramble wine, apricot wine as well.
and that's another one, isn't it? Blackberries.
Yeah,
There is an abundance of blackberries.
thing is
Always-
now, yeah,
Always makes me quite miffed when I see people chopping the blackberries down or the brambles down,
Yeah.
because I'm like, they're such a good plant.
yeah. Us
to
kids
have.
used to go out there with their old the ice cream tub, the lids on it, and we used to go each just used to go out, and my granny used to have like these cotton bags, so that when we filled it up, she put it in the cotton bags, and we'd go out
I used to watch
blackberry
my dad.
picking.
I don't know if everybody else has come across this, but I used to watch my dad. He'd go down a hedge line, and he would take the brambles that, when you got the brambles would be growing out into the field, you'd pick them up very carefully, thread them through the barbed wire on the fence, and then he'd bury the tip, okay? And that tip will root and then produce
Blimey,
a
10
fresh plant from
kilos.
there. And he would grow the brambles down the fence line. And as you used to say, if you do that and you leave it, in 10 years, you will have a hedge that is far better than any barbed wire fence for keeping the stock in. It'll keep people out, and it produces fruit. So
Yeah,
he always used to refer to it. Never called it bramble a bramble. He used to call it nature's own barbed wire.
yeah. It's like the hawthorn, isn't it? And blackthorn.
Yeah. Oh, that blackthorn hedge that I found this weekend or this week, that was 10 feet deep. That was
Yeah, you're going to get through that.
It was huge, and really, some of the trunks in there were like that. Really, really old, well established. You couldn't find yourself thinking, history.
So Sussex got 10 kilos of blackberries last year. That's a lot of pies and jam and wine and.
10 kilo of blackberries. Oh, nice.
That would be a good idea, Kiwi, but with the meds that he's on, he can't do it.
Hence tonight I am on water.
Yeah.
I've had to forego alcohol for a week. So yeah, hence I'm quite boring really. You're not finding me very interesting tonight. I've had no alcohol.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's locally, like I say, a lot of the Nepalese blackberry pick, but unfortunately they because of, I suppose they used to collecting in Nepal. They collect off the walls that are right on junctures of crossroads. I think you think that all the pollution and all that has come off them. Is that whereas we used to go around, we used to use the disused railway lines because there was, it was away from
John,
things and that.
I don't think even the best shape cutting charge would get me through that hawthorn hedge. It was absolutely stunning. Definitely would keep all your livestock in.
Yeah.
And again, things with like hawthorn and blackthorn hedges, the cattle won't go
That's why he's
through
got
them.
his.
And the sheep, if they try and push through it, because sheep are stinkers for trying to push through. But the great thing is if they try and push through, they get stuck. So you just go and grab it by
Like
the
giant
bottom
cotton
and
wool
heave it out.
balls, aren't they?
Hence the old joke about people doing rude things to sheep. It wasn't people doing rude things to sheep. Invariably, it's because somebody went down a road and see some farmer doing his best to pull a sheep out, but obviously it led to that
I've
sort
seen
of
my dad pulled through
laughing joke.
blackberry and hawthorn hedge with trying to catch a sheep that was lame.
Yeah.
And yeah, it went in one side and come out the other. But yeah, it's a nice suggestion. But yeah.
And again, this time of year, lambing. So I see a lot of late lambs, really, because it should be well and truly over by now. But again, a couple of fields I cut through, they had lambs out there. So I was like, blimey, they're late.
We've still got a lot of.
So again, for those of you out in the countryside, remember one of the countryside rules: even if it's private farmland, if you see a sheep with its feet in the air, all right, no farmer will ever give you grief for walking across and putting it back on its feet. And when you get it on its feet, lean it against yourself and hold it there for a minute or two till it walks away stable. If you just let it go, the bloody idiot things fall over and end up back on the back. They lose all their equilibrium. But a sheep on its back is it will die.
Yes, Bill, you bought those wellies for no reason.
Yeah, sheep will die, and no farmer anywhere will ever give you a bad time for saving one of his sheep.
No.
All the shepherds I've ever met and worked with, and they would, in actual fact, will probably invite you in for a cup of tea and thank you.
Because as we all know, well, anyone from the country knows, sheep just are born to die.
They
just want to die.
When sheep finish their education and they're in the class and the headmaster says, "What do you want to do?" He says, "I want to die." They just,
keep your dogs on leads.
Exactly right.
We've had a lot of it around here.
Yeah, we had a couple of bad incidents just like locally.
A lot of sheep and lambs being killed, and people still have to say, "Oh, but he's only playing." No, it's not. These animals, the sheep can break legs. They die of heart attack. Get stressed, and they do get bitten. And it's not good.
Yeah, it's still too cold at night for them up there. Yeah, they will still be down in the valleys and the sheltered areas. And don't confuse your sheep with goats. That's the other one. Yeah. Goats, on the other hand, goats are nature's survivor. If you ever had to choose an animal for an SHTF survival situation, excuse me, keep wiping my nose. Goats, they are nature's true survivors.
They're the worst ones when they put them through the abattoirs, aren't they?
Yeah, intelligent. Yeah, they are mental.
Yeah, sheep will die for no reason.
Yeah. I've seen them literally just stand there and go, "That's me." Done.
Or they go, "I'm going to swim across the river." "Oh, I can't float."
Yeah, waterlogged sheep. So again, in the SHTF situation, if you see a group of sheep running, don't think, "I'll follow them. They seem to know what they're doing."
Again, it's not just sheep though. There's some that chase cattle and some that chase horses.
Dan had it, didn't he? He had a dog chase one of his calves into a river, and it kept, actually, the bloody dog kept the calf in the river till it drowned. It wouldn't let the calf out. You want to see a young man angry? My son was fuming. If he could have got his hands on the person that owned that dog, he would probably put them in the river. So again, it's if you're on farmland and you got a dog, no matter the size, no matter the breed, please put it on the lead, keep it under control. Even if your dog's fine with farm animals, keep it under control.
If the tail points up, it's a goat. If it's downwards, it's a sheep. So it means if you're getting behind a goat, it will submachine gun you with its poop.
Yeah. I've had a couple of run-ins with goats. They'll actually look at you and size you up.
That is right, Lotus.
Yeah, Lotus, you're exactly right. And if you ever see a sheep upside down, go and roll it on its feet, support it until it's able to manage itself, as we said just now.
Because I suppose they've got little tiny legs. Their legs are very skinny, and it's quite a big animal, isn't it?
Yeah.
You think, especially when you got all the wool on it.
Yeah, and they aren't the brightest of creatures. They really aren't.
See, I know people don't like it that we eat them, but sometimes we have to save them as well.
Oh yeah. It's also, it's if you find yourself in that situation, you've got one. I mean, we're always talking about getting on good terms with your local landowners. If you see a sheep on its back and you go and put it on its feet,
I love
it
that,
might
Bill.
even be worth your while dropping into the local farm, find out whose sheep they are, and just let them know. Just if you get a phone call about somebody in one of your fields, I see one of your sheep was on its back. I got out there, got it up on its feet, and waited until it was able to walk off. And that's always going to put you in his good books. It's always going to put you in favour.
Bill's put the sequel to Silence of the Lambs is Quiet You. Ever made it big? Yeah, they're skinny.
Well done,
I
Bill.
actually like goat as much as I like eating sheep, sheep, lamb, mutton, whatever you like to call it.
Yeah, it's good meat. Good meat. Oh, excuse me, I've really got the sniffles tonight.
When we were out in Norway, we saw some of the goats that the mountain goats, didn't we? And they were, how the hell they got onto some of these beaches? There's just no way. They didn't swim it.
Yeah.
And up on the cliffs, and you just see these little white things, and you get the binoculars out from your cabin and look up, and sheep.
They're incredible animals. Incredible animals.
Can you make a U-turn?
You see the next bit down for that. That's a naughty one, but we like it. That's funny.
If you're from Aberdeen, you find a sheep on your back, you think it's your birthday. Oh dear.
Hey, no worries, chronically. Well, I'm suffering a little bit with a cold, but other than that, we're doing fine, mate. Doing fine.
It's nice to see you pop in.
Yeah. Hopefully, all is good with you. Oh, and like I say, over the next couple of days, I'll be dosing myself up with the Manuka.
Yep.
And lots of vitamin C. Yeah.
Lots of oranges. You hate oranges.
Yeah. Sounds like a haggis to me, Kiwi.
Yeah, it does sound like a haggis. Oh, they got one.
You got the all clear from your mouth biopsy. Oh, brilliant, chronically.
Oh, fantastic.
Fantastic news. Right, awesome, mate. That's worth a celebration.
So that's two. That was Mike from EDC. He's had the all good result. And chronically as well. That's brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant. Fainting goats, yeah.
Our son loves the screaming goats.
Screaming goats, yeah. Any of you who have never seen it, next time on YouTube and you're a bit bored, just type in screaming goats. My lad just spends hours laughing at them. He thinks it's the funniest thing.
For those who don't know goats, if you see a goat that's got its tongue hanging out the side, it's doing that funny. It is a male, and it's feeling like spring is in the air, and it
estrogen
lays a lady.
Is in the air, and he's scenting it. So, and it might not necessarily be the lady sheep. It could be anything that's producing estrogen.
Oh, you mean the like the isotonic screech?
Turn it all out the mats, and she gets iso drinks out the rat packs. Yeah, I've got. You say that I've got some downstairs. That's what I was toying with, dosing up on the vitamin C.
You've got scissors.
I should take the world's worst hunting knife.
Start to get spitting over you. Did you put that in your mouth?
I did put it in my mouth because it went everywhere. Well, let's face it, if you ain't got it now, you ain't going to get it.
Yeah. Sorry, no, I got it.
It's nice to top off.
Yeah. I do it very, very carefully.
If I hold the bottle.
No, because you do that, it brings the liquid up. That's why I'm holding from the top.
There's very careful decision there. Just be careful not to rupture the gut lining. Yeah, for any of you that have not seen it before, that is the world's worst hunting knife, made by Gerber, and unfortunately, I feel sorry for the guy. They've stuck the name Randy Newberg Hunter on it. It is. Don't buy one. The blade's a good blade. The bone saw on it's a good bone saw, but as a hunting knife, it's got a couple of real failures for gralloching and cleaning your. It does taste a bit like acid reflux.
It's I believe it's supposed to be cherry.
And the only reason that is a bad knife for doing that sort of thing is in the scales there, the scales are hollowed out to make them light. So you can't really see it there, I don't think. Yeah, you might be able to make it out there. Which means if you're gralloching with that, you're going to end up with muck in there. The nice thing with it is it does have quite a nice cross lock on it there. And the bone saw on it is quite an effective bone saw. But everything else about it is rubbish. The Randy Newberg Hunter by Gerber does not have my vote. Anybody come into the camp, we might have a competition to see if one of you can win it. Nobody wants it. Oh, Kaz. I know I'm not going to kiss you tonight because I've got a cold, but yeah, it does, Kiwi. It does. Literally, the muck will get in there. It's almost impossible to clean in the field. It has. You can take the scales off. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little screws, little tiny screws. Just the sort of perfect size for losing in the undergrowth. But the Gerber logo. It's only got the Gerber logo on one side, but it's got a little reflective panel there. Cause, it's really, really good. Yeah.
I'd like to know why they've made it skinny in the middle.
I think the idea is you're supposed to tear that off and give like 2 halves. So probably it's designed to. I don't know. I'm not going to try it.
Willow.
Oh God, the dog likes it.
The dog is licking. Oh, he's just spitting it out on the floor. A bit more. God, the dog's worse than me.
The dog's as bad as she is. You're going to really regret that later on. That is not going to sit on your stomach nice. That is. I do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. My wife is doing the equivalent of sucking on batteries. It is not good.
Oh. So you cut it.
Okie doke. Okie doke, Max. I shall find out for you.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to cut them in the middle. You're supposed to cut them in the middle.
Well, they're still frozen, but that's defrosted.
Frozen, yeah, but they're defrosted. Oh. Yeah, they do look a bit like a glow stick.
They taste a bit like.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid I've got to call it quits. I am starting to sweat like a good.
Yes, I definitely want to look at your spoons.
I need to go get something into me and make me feel a bit better. Yes, I look forward to seeing the spoons, Sussex, and I'm also going to bring my holly stave, which I shall hand over to you, get you to take away for me. And
we just left them there to get defrosted, and it's been cooling me.
And see what you can come up with that, because you said you'd have a go at carving it for me. and it's a nice length for me. It's a nice height.
It's actually one of the right
It's a
size
little
for you.
bit, possibly a little bit thicker
Night,
than I'd
Ray.
go for. But yeah,
Have a good week, and we'll see you. I'll see you on Saturday.
could actually lose a little bit in height, possibly to about there, because they make damn good shillelagh, that, you know. But yeah, I'll let you have a play with that, see what you can come up with. And pretty much in your hands, you can make of it what you will. But yeah, I should bring that. Oh, there we go.
I'm used to it now.
Silent wrapper. Let's just have a look what the active ingredients are.
Night, Stuart. Thanks, Delph. Oh, fresh chips, very nice.
No, doesn't tell you. Made in France. It's quite funny because it
Night,
says here
Max.
to activate, remove from packaging and bend to snap the internal. And then here it says
night, Bill.
warning: do not bend, do not
Yeah,
drink.
have a nice little wine to see your Sunday out.
Yes, see you Sunday out. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm starting my temperature. It's quite a warm room. This I'm starting to get a little bit uncomfortably hot. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy yourselves. Get outside. Have an adventure. Look forward to next weekend. Some
Yeah.
of you, I will see you on Friday or possibly Saturday. Look forward to that. We will be live again next Sunday night, in which case I will give you an update on how
Quite a
the
few
camp
people
went.
that have done it. Well, it's 17 of you.
Yeah. I think 17 of you come in total. It should be good fun. Looking forward to it, and it's gonna. Yeah, really am getting quite excited about it. It's one of those things I look forward to doing, and yeah. What more can I say other than get outdoors, have fun, enjoy yourselves, have an absolutely awesome week in this fantastic world that
And I
is
shall put a
ours.
few of my little shorts up.
Yeah.
This week.
Kaz is gonna.
Dandelion candy. Mm.
A naughty thought there. Come on in her little shorts. Anyhow,
I don't wear shorts.
love those you do, forgive those you don't, and may peace and light be upon
Oh,
you all.
bless you, T.
Have a wonderful week, guys. Take care. This is Mick, Kaz, Willow, and Mac. Have an awesome
See you
one.
later.
Mickey out.
Bye-bye.